Live from the Blossom Athletic Center, Northeast Stadium in San Antonio, welcome to Sports Channel High School Football. Tonight's action, the district opener in 27-5A, the Roosevelt Rough Riders against the Churchill Chargers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Northeast Stadium. John Rook, along with Judson Athletic Director Frank Arnold, here tonight with his opener in 27-5A between the Churchill Chargers and the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And Frank, when it comes right down to it, it's district time. These guys are going to play for keeps here tonight, don't you know?
Great high school football. Two well-coached football teams, and I think we're going to see a great ball game.
All right, we're getting ready to have the kickoff. Let's take a look quickly at a couple of players that will figure into both teams offensively. First of all, Scott Jeffries, the quarterback for Roosevelt, number 7, makes things go.
They look to him for leadership. He's throwing the ball a lot better. They'll put the ball in the air tonight, I would think, a great deal.
Robert Westbrook on the other side of the field for the Churchill Chargers. The tailback, number 22's got some good moves running in between the tackles.
Well, I think a great indication of his ability is Jerry Cumberlander's has broken from his traditional wing tee and gone to a lot more eye offense because of Westbrook.
The kickoff as Churchill kicks off. David Zimmerhansel. Ball comes down to number 22, Ernest Peel, and Peel is hit hard at the 25, breaking out of a couple of tackles and gets short of the 30-yard line. Out to about the 28, and the Roosevelt Rough Riders will put it in play. First down and 10. Glad you can be along with us tonight on the Sports Channel as we take a look at the starting offensive line for the Rough Riders. Strain, O'Brien, Coker, Burnett, and Gonzalez across the front. And there you see the offensive backs and receivers. Scott Jeffries, the man that makes it go at quarterback, number 7. And Marcellus Jones, watch number 40 tonight. He's one of the leading receivers in the city. They want, at least, to try to get him out into the open and utilize some of his speed. And as soon as I say that, Roosevelt goes right to the ground. Doesn't it figure? Carrying the football is the fullback, Manuel Munoz, number 30. Gets a couple of yards out across the 30 to about the 32, and let's set up the Charger defense. Fabrizio Effinger, our player of the game for Churchill 2 weeks ago in the loss to Clark. There you see the linebackers and the defensive backs, Capuccio and Dubois, a couple of really fine linebackers. And, of course, Scott Evans, the senior, leading the defense back there at safety number 10. It is second down for Roosevelt and 7 on a gain of 3 by Munoz on the first play of the ball game. Jeffries gets the snap. He is on the rollout, looking for someone on the flat. The pass is up and over the head, and the intended receiver, number 20, Tim Woods, who is a sophomore. And again, Roosevelt has a very young team, Coach Arnold. They really do. They're starting a lot of sophomores, or playing a lot of sophomores. They've had a bunch of injuries this year.
They do, but those key people, a lot of their skilled people are veteran. They all started last year. They had real good protection for Scott on that particular throw, so we'll have to watch it as it goes. If he gets time, he can hit people.
Okay, Jones is lined up top of the screen to the right. On third down and 7, here's Jeffries on the option pitch. With the ball is Ernest Peel, turns the corner, has a first down out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. So expecting Roosevelt to pass, they go to the option play and pick up a first down.
Well, I think John Ferrer's offense is always going to try and be aggressive and develop the run first. It's just down the line option. You see him pitching off the end. Good lead block by Munoz, and Peel has a lot of room there on the corner. Picks up a first down.
It is first and 10 for Roosevelt. Munoz, not necessarily a starter, along with Peel in the backfield. They've had an injury to their top tailback, Walker May. We'll talk about it in a moment. But here is Munoz, I believe, carrying the football. Out across midfield. Yes, it is. Number 3-0, and he gets into Charger territory at the 49. So a good gain by the fullback. He picks up about 7 on the play. It'll be second and short. You can see Munoz's numbers coming into the ball game tonight against Churchill.
Well, you can see well, they're looking at a second and 3 here. That's a great first down play. First down, most important play in the series.
Look at it right up the middle, and it's second down and 3. Jeffries wheels, gives, and this is Munoz again, the fullback, and he is stopped short this time. Not quite as much running room on the left side of his offensive line. Making the tackle over there, Greg Effinger, the right tackle for Churchill, big number 77. Again, we saw him quiet a bit a couple of weeks ago when the Chargers played the Clark Cougars. It is third down and short third, and we'll call it a short 2 yards for Roosevelt. And again, as I was mentioning, Walker May was, well, Roosevelt returned their whole backfield from last year. May broke his leg in the opening ball game this year, and so he is out for the year. They're going with relatively inexperience in the backfield, of course, with the exception of Jeffries. Third down and a short 2. Power eye on the backfield. Here's the tailback. Peel, he's got a first down as he breaks across the 45 to about the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. So Ernest Peel picks up a first down for Roosevelt. Who do you think will win this game? Those of you at home with your Z-View remote-controlled converters, we want you to tell us who you think will win. Press the 1 and then the little star on your remote-controlled converter for Churchill, a 2 and a star for Roosevelt, and you can vote now. Who do you think will win, Coach?
One scores the most, John. One scores the most.
Oh, that's too easy. You coaches are all alike, I'm telling you. First down and 10 for Roosevelt. Jeffries has the football on the roll-up. This time coming to the near side, finding his receiver. It is complete at the 31-yard line. Pass coming to Brad Maloney, the wingback, number 42. And Maloney looks like very close to more first down yardage for the Rough Riders.
Well, you see Scott Jeffries sprinting at her again. Great protection. Nobody in his way at all. Maloney runs a good out route, ball a little bit behind him, but he comes back and makes a great catch on it. First down.
And it is a pickup of 10 yards on the play on the pass completion from Jeffries to Maloney. And so Roosevelt has taken this opening kickoff and moved the football into Churchill territory. First and 10, the ball on the 32. That is Maloney in motion. The give is to Munoz, the fullback. Loses the football. It is recovered by Churchill, but I believe he's down at the 30. I believe they're going to call him down. The ball squirted free. Yep, that's the case. He'll get, about a yard. It'll be second down and about 9, it looks like.
Johnny had some running room there. He had so much lean and he lost his footing, but he had a real fine hole. The left side of the line on that fourth down play earlier when they went to the power eye totally controlled the line of scrimmage and did a great job of blocking.
Out wide, far side of the field, top of the screen is Tim Woods. It is second down and 9. Here's Jeffries looking to throw again. Woods is out there. Pass is incomplete. Good hit that time by number 81, David Zimmerhansel, playing the left corner side, Coach.
Well, it was a real good curl route, this little hook, and they had a good route. Receiver just didn't hang on the ball. Fine defensive play to break the play up.
Well, this is pretty close. Those of you voting tonight at home, 52% of you think Churchill will win this ball game, but a very close 48% of you think the Rough Riders will win. I think that is very indicative of how this ball game is going to go.
Exactly.
Back and forth all night.
Exactly.
We thank you for your participation as always. It is third down and 8. Third and a long 8 for Roosevelt as Jeffries back to throw, going for it all. Jones is there, and the pass is too long over his head into the end zone. It'll be fourth down for Roosevelt. Marcellus Jones on a little bit of an out pattern that time. Ball was just overthrown in the end zone. There was double coverage back there for Churchill.
He had him there. He just overthrew him. Again, I think something that's real key. Churchill has not gotten to Jeffries one time or even in his face at all. So real key to the throwing game. If he can sit back there and throw the football unmolested, he's going to enjoy some success, I would think.
Well, on fourth down and a long 8, Roosevelt comes to the line of scrimmage to give it a go. A little bit too long for a field goal try. Maloney is in motion. And here we go on fourth down. Jeffries needing 8 yards. Lots of time in the pocket. Effinger after him. He'll have to tuck it under. Will he get it? Oh, my. He was right on the marker. They will call him out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. And he needed to reach about that spot for the first down. It looks like he's got it. Great job of working the sidelines by the quarterback, Scott Jeffries.
Here's a replay. Jeffries sprints right. He's looking to the curl to Jones. Gets a little pressure. Flushes out of it. Turns it up the sideline. I think he looks like
he did not make it.
He was short 1 yard.
He did not make it. He is short where they will mark him out of bounds about a yard shy. So Churchill on a fourth and a long 8 holds Jeffries and the Roosevelt Rough Riders, and the Chargers take over after that initial push. First and 10, the ball on their own 23. Renault handing off, and this is 32. The fullback, Mark Scott. And Scott gets a couple of yards out to about the 24, and that's it.
Stopped by Mark Richter. And of course, 27 defense depends on that middle linebacker, and they think a great deal of Richter.
May, Denton, Witten, Cunningham, a good one at tackle, and Cobb on the front 5, along with Renault, a junior quarterback. Westbrook and Scott are the backs. Marchbanks, a good receiver at wingback, is some of the people to look for on the Charger offense. It is second down and 9. They give The fullbacks got 1 yard of the last play. Renault, delay handoff. This is Westbrook, tries to get inside for a little yardage. And the Roosevelt defensive front stuffs him at the 25. A pickup of only another yard. It'll be 3rd down and long as we take a look now at the Roosevelt defense. Harvey, Williams, Solario, Maldonado, and Ricker at the middle linebacker spot. He's one to look at along with Berg and Munoz at linebackers. Of course, Munoz going both ways. Also the starting fullback.
A lot of John Ferrara's people would go both ways. He believes in having the best people on the field all the time, and they're going to play 4 solid quarters.
It is 3rd down and 8 for Churchill. Renault, straight drop back, lots of time, passes complete. Marchbanks with the ball out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Big first down for Churchill. You take a look at John Ferrara, the Roosevelt head coach, yelling out instructions to his defense.
You think he's trying to tell him something?
I think probably so.
I believe John thinks there was a little problem with officiating on that play.
Oops, guess we better back out of his way, huh? First down and 10 for Churchill. Ball at their own 46 on their first down of the night. Renault, delay handoff against Scott, the fullback on the carry, gets out to about the 49-yard line. Mark Ricker made the tackle, the middle linebacker.
There was one back set that time, just setting all the backs out except fullback and giving it to him on the trap inside. Roosevelt defense,
small and quick.
They're always small, and that's the way they like it. They want them quick and aggressive.
Here's what Renault has done for a couple of ball games since taking over the starting quarterback job. He started for the first time 2 weeks ago against Clark. It is 2nd down, and we'll call it 8. He delays all kinds of time across the middle. The pass is in and out of the hands of his tight end, Jimmy Townsend, at about the 44 of Roosevelt. Looked like he got his hands on the football. It just slipped out.
Well,
but he had flooded the zone on the near side, Coach. He looked like he had 3 receivers.
Well, when they run that bootleg, they're going to run the fullback in the flat. They're going to run the drag to the tight end, and they're going to run the split end on some type of outside route, and you end up with a flood route. He just missed him that time. He'll come back. They run the bootleg route a lot.
3rd down, and we'll call it 8 again. The Chargers have the ball their own 49-yard line. Renault again back to throw, got a little pressure. Still now having to chase out of the pocket. He is finally run down by number 70 on the play, the defensive end, Felix Maldonado, and he had to come clear across the other side of the field to chase the quarterback down.
Maldonado, returning starter from last year, and probably one of their best down linemen. And this is where your quickness comes in. You'll see Renault looking for a receiver, prompts, can't find him. Maldonado just brings him down from behind.
Chargers back in punt formation. Zimmerhansel. Oh my, what a beauty. That thing is bringing rain. And we have the football, fair catch at about the 14-yard line. Ball taken down on the play by number 43, Herb Labatt. And the Roosevelt Rough Riders will get the football back, 1st down and 10, but they've got the football their own 14 is where they'll start off. For the 2nd time this evening, we have 4 minutes and 49 seconds left to play in the 1st quarter here at Northeast Stadium. We are live, and we also have no score between Roosevelt and Churchill.
Wow, beautiful boot. Great hang time. They put them on the 14-yard line. They're going to have to come out of a hole.
Well, Jeffries brings him out again. We've got Marcellus Jones lined up wide to the right side off your screen. In motion is Maloney again. Give it to the fullback, Munoz. He is out across the 20. And he's going to pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards. Again, good quick hitter up the middle, creasing between the guard and the tackle on that right side pretty well.
They're coming off and double teaming that big 3 technique, which is man that lines up on the guard, and they're getting movement. And the key to the split defense is those tackles, tying up the down people or the offensive linemen and letting those linebackers free to roam. And if they get blown off the line of scrimmage, it's going to be trouble for Churchill.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. It's 2nd and 4. Jeffries again handing off. This is Munoz. And he is going to be close to 1st down yardage. I think he's a little shy, though, as Greg Effinger made the stop for Churchill on the right side of the Charger defensive front. He's going to be a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and 1. The ball is put to the 23-yard line.
Effinger's got pretty good bloodlines. And Effinger's from Jefferson in the heydays of Thomas Jefferson. I think he's a nephew.
3rd down and 1. Jeffries. This time the tailback Peel. He is stretching for yardage. Looks like he made the 25. and perhaps even just across it. It should be good enough for a Rough Rider first down. And it is. They will move the sticks along the far sideline. First down for Roosevelt. Peel coming in, the leading rusher for this Roosevelt team, 17 carries, 114 yards. That's a great average. Well, but you can see because of that average, they really don't rush the ball much, but they're doing it here tonight.
They're going to try to establish the run, and that will open up their passing.
And this would be the first time this year they've tried to do that. Jeffries gets a little pressure this time again, has to roll out of the pocket, lets one fly. His receiver is there, and the pass is intercepted at the 45-yard line. Ball is taken down by number 80, that being Guy Orton, left cornerback. And Orton picks it off as his own 40, returns it to the 47-yard line. We have the first turnover of the ball game. Jeffries throwing the interception. Orton picking it off for Churchill.
Well, you can see it's a power I look, which is a power formation. Jeffries scrambling, really throws a very fine pass on the run here. Ball hits the receiver in the hands. He just can't hang on. Orton comes up with it. Makes a good run back. 15 yards tacked on to Roosevelt for filing on.
First turnover of the night. The Chargers have the football. They have the football in Roosevelt's into the field. They should have said it before on the 39-yard line. Here's the delay handoff. Westbrook gets about a yard. And that Roosevelt defense swarms around the football. To about the 38, it'll be second down at about 9.
John, that play right there is probably why Coach Cumberlander is running a little more eye. He's got a real fine running back in Westbrook. The sprint draw gives him a little more dimension, I guess you would say, and allows him to have a little more offense that the wing tee doesn't give him. I think we'll be seeing a lot more of that for tonight's over.
Second and 9. Orton, man at the corner, is the one wide out as Renault is hit and dropped in the backfield. Number 52, Paul Harvey. Not good news for Renault that time, huh? Paul Harvey.
I heard him.
Did you catch that pun? Not good news for Renault that time? You got it. Okay, you just didn't want to say anything, I know.
I think you can see the quickness here of Harvey. They're trying to go the bootleg pass. Renault has him in sight. Was going to the tight end again over the middle. Great job by Paul Harvey.
He's excited, isn't he?
Well, you know, they play enthusiastic defense, and I guarantee you, they take a lot of pride in the defense.
A loss of about 7 on the play. Third down and 16. Delay handoff. Westbrook's hit in the backfield, and he's tripped up as he gets to about the 42. So the Chargers get the football, and Roosevelt's into the field after the interception and cannot do anything with it. It'll be fourth down and still about 14 to go.
Well, anytime you get a sack, or a penalty or something of that nature, it's a big play for the defense. It really kills your drive, and that's all. You got to have a big play to overcome that.
Well, the punter is David Zimmerhansel, and he is dropping back to his own end of the field about the 44-yard line. There you see him. One deep receiver, Labatt, for Roosevelt, standing about his 10. This time a little more of a line drive. Labatt will let it fall, and it's going to get a great Churchill roll dead at the 4. Not much you can do about that one.
No, you work with your punt returners to field the football and fair catch it, or at least give you some kind of fake. That particular punt was kind of a half-hearted line drive, and it was hard to field.
Well, I think he probably purposely took a little off of it so it wouldn't go into the end zone, obviously, the way he boomed the last one.
Oh, yeah, it was a good boot.
Well, the ball is inside the 5-yard line. The 4.5 is where it's marked. 1 minute and 3 seconds now left to go in this quick-moving first quarter out here at Northeast Stadium. No score, and Roosevelt has the football. Back split in behind Jeffries. Now he's moving his tailback over to the opposite side. Maybe they want to go to the wide side of the field. Let's see. Now he's going to move him back again. They'll go to the short side. Munoz loose. There's a flag also down on the play. But I believe the flag came in after the ball was already loose. It's holding against Roosevelt.
It's going to be Churchill's football.
Oh, that is a crucial mistake. As the ball came flying out of Munoz's arms, covered by Churchill at the 6.
You see, nobody picks up their Sam linebacker. Really, it almost looked like he's throwing the ball forward. I know he just lost it, but that's a great example of field position. McDonald making a great hit, really uncontested. The field position plays a great role. You get them down in a hole, play good defense, They make a mistake, and now they got the football on the 5.
Inside a minute to go in the first quarter. First and goal on the 6. Here is the pitch back. This is Westbrook inside the 5 to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. The Rough Rider defense makes the call. Chasing him down from behind, really. Paul Gutierrez, the free safety, number 15, helped out by Bobby Williams, a tackle as well. Football is at the 3. It'll be second and goal.
Again, John, going to the I formation, utilizing the running abilities of Westbrook. You have a great back. You've got to put him back there and get him the football a bunch.
2 wideouts to spread it out for the Chargers on second down. The give is to Scott, and he's going nowhere. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage. I believe the initial penetration came from Jesse Solario, 50 the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, goal line situation, I think they move him inside, John.
Okay.
But he made the hit and did a good job on the tackle.
I think he lost a half yard in the play. It's
right.
Still third down and goal from the 3. And we've got a timeout. No, we don't. That's the end of the quarter, as we don't get another play off. The end of 1 quarter of play at Northeast Stadium. We are live tonight on the Sports Channel. This District 27 5A opener between Roosevelt and Churchill. The Chargers poised and in position for a score. But right now, we don't have any score up on the scoreboard.
Since it was invented, the automobile has improved. Auto service hasn't. Till now. Introducing the new White's Auto Center Plus, where we promise to fix your car right.
And it's not right until you're satisfied.
The work we do will be done on time. The bill you get will never be more than the estimate you approve. We guarantee our work, we guarantee our parts. We promise.
Sure could have used you boys 50 years ago.
White's Auto Center Plus. All you need to know about cars is us.
Welcome back live again to Northeast Stadium. John Rook along with Frank Arnold, the Judson Athletic Director. We are going into the second quarter now with no score up on the scoreboard between Roosevelt and Churchill, but the Chargers, after recovering a fumble on the Roosevelt 6-yard line, have now a third down and goal on the 3. And you told me just during that timeout you were a little surprised when the Chargers broke from their wing T to go to that I formation.
Well, I'm not surprised with the ability that Westbrook has, but Jared Cumberlander for years has been a wing T football man, and they believe in that hard-nosed football, aggressive running. But when you get that great running back, there are some things that allow you to get the ball to him a lot more out of the eye. So it looks like they're going to utilize that a little more.
Here they go again. Renault is the quarterback. Third down and goal. The give, Westbrook, he is in for the touchdown. Got a great block on the right side and a good second effort.
He had a super hole, just a super hole. Well, again, they were in the I formation, and John, the thing that's surprising to me, it's not surprising, it's just that it tells you the ability that Westbrook has when Coach Cumberlander will abandon their basic stuff and go with I formation.
Scott Ansley to try the extra point, as Evans is the holder. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. It is wide to the left. With those 6 points, counts on the scoreboard anyway, with 11 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It's 6-0 Churchill. We'll take a look at the touchdown.
Well, you can see the counter step by Westbrook in the background. Great shot here. Great lead block. All Westbrook getting in. Really a pretty nice hole. Great job getting across that goal line.
So on the first play of the second quarter, the Chargers score first, and we have 11:56 left to go again before half, and it is 6-0 Churchill over Roosevelt. These two teams again. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just trying to point out, I was trying to get who that was with lead blocker, and it's fullback Mark Scott that got him in the end zone.
So he's the one that made the clearing block and allowed him to get through on that second effort. Good enough. These two teams coming into the ball game. Roosevelt with a record of 1 win and 2 losses. Churchill is 2-1. Their wins coming over Jefferson 26-10 and Highland 17-6 last week. Their loss was 2 weeks ago. Game we televised here on the Sports Channel to the Clark Cougars 14-0. On the other hand, Roosevelt, a 10-0 loser in their opener to Holmes, bombing Wheatley 49-0 in week number 2 and lost a heartbreaker last week to the J Mustangs 22-21.
Both of them have played a couple of good football teams, and Holmes and Clark, of course, I think among the best in the city.
Labatt takes the football at his 5, picks it up, and now moves to center field. Gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line, and Roosevelt, with already 2 turnovers in the first quarter, going to set up shop again there and see if they can hold on to the football. And they came out looking really sharp, tight, and crisp, everything, the opening drive of the ball game. Well, take a look at how they did it. 4 plays, 6 yards. That's pretty easy stuff.
Again, when you start from the 5-yard line, that makes it a nice drive to have.
No question about it. Well, Scott Jeffries will bring the Rough Riders out from the huddle, and let's see what they can put together on 1st down and 10. Again, the ball on their own 21-yard line. He will hand off to the tailback Peel. He's got some running room over the right side out to the 30. We got a flag down at about the 24 or 25. Could we have a hold?
I believe it came from one of the end men. Looked like it was something like back or a clip.
Well, as we await the decision on the penalty, it is blocking below the waist against Roosevelt as we take a look at the numbers of the first quarter. 1st downs, well, it's pretty much dominant Roosevelt as far as the yardage is concerned because Churchill had all the field position, but you can see the big stat colored in blue there if you're looking on a color set. 2 turnovers, and that's the story of the ball game. No question about it.
I don't care what level you talk about, pro to junior high school, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is usually the one's going to win a football game. And you've just got to play mistake-free football, and the people that play good defense sit around waiting for the other people to make mistakes and can score like that.
Well, you saw it was a clip by Roosevelt, so the football has moved back to the 10-yard line. It's still 1st down, but it's now 1st and 20. Maloney is in motion. Here's the pitch back. Peel got some speed around the corner. Look at him move as he gets out to about the 18. He's got some quick feet.
I think Roosevelt has the potential of being one of the fastest or quickest overall backfields in the city.
Not big in district, but they can certainly move as you look at 2-2 right there in the red and white for Theodore Roosevelt High.
I don't remember John's ball clubs ever being real big. I really think they look for that lean and mean one that can move.
He's got one right there in Peel, I think. 2nd down and 12 on the gain of 8 by Peel. He's got the ball again. He'll try the right side. Oh, he's tripped up in the backfield. I think Effinger got him. Was it 77 Effinger that put the tangle on him? May have been. He was down on the ground, whoever he was, and that guy really gets down and digs. Let's see if we can pick it out. Well, there's Effinger making the move right there, and no, he was the one beating on the block.
It's kind of a same play they ran the first play, and that time linebacker stepped up there and filled on the play, just real nice.
Chris Dubois, number 66. And he got him for a gain of nothing, actually.
3rd and long.
Well, a gain of about 2. 3rd down and 10. Jeffries got a receiver open. The pass is intercepted. Oh, my. Zimmerhansel picks it off at the 33-yard line. The pass was thrown a little bit too far in front of the intended receiver. And all Zimmerhansel was doing was just playing safety. Indeed, he was right there just to back up on the play, and the ball was thrown right to him. Made a good grab.
The ball was poorly thrown. I know Scott would like to have that back, but it's a great play here by Zimmerhansel. Look at it going down low and catching the ball right off the shoestrings, and I tell you, that's a tough ball to come up with.
The intended receiver was Marcellus Jones on the play, but he was really out of position to catch the football. Ball was not well thrown. The Rough Riders cough it up for the 3rd time already tonight. Here is Westbrook on 1st down, and I'll tell you what, Roosevelt's defense is answering the charge right now.
They're moving around a lot. They're giving them a lot of different looks up front, and that time they just didn't give people blocked.
Maldonado, and on the stop, 2nd down and 10, no gain. We have 9:48 left to play before halftime. 6-0 Churchill, taking advantage of early Roosevelt mistakes.
Well, you know, I believe, if I recall right, that last year Roosevelt turned the football over a lot in this ball game.
That is right. We had this ball game on the tube last year, too. Here's Renault across the middle. Got Marchbanks there. Oh, super catch.
Great grab.
That is a major league play right there. Renault to his wingback, Marchbanks down at the 12.
A great catch. Marchbanks goes up in the air and makes the catch here. Let's get it on the replay. Renault, great throw, stands tall back in the pocket. Ball's up in the air. Super job of going up. These guys go up looking for the football. You got to have great concentration to make that catch.
Herb Labatt made the hit, but is a 1st down on the 12. Here's the give, Westbrooks, and he's down in the backfield at the 15. And again, the Roosevelt defense continues to swarm and make great penetration on the Churchill front. Felix Maldonado again in on the stop.
Well, that's the same play that Roosevelt's running. It's kind of a counter. sprint draw, if you will, but really it's a long trap with that guard coming around and trying to kick out on the end. Roosevelt totally dominating the line of scrimmage in this series on the road.
Second down and 13 on a loss of 3 on the play. Renault will try Westbrook's number one more time, gets back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 13-yard line, and that is it. Boy, I am really impressed by the quickness of Roosevelt's defense. It's amazing. Well, you can see that graphic right there tells the story. Coming into the ball game, they only had 2 turnovers in 3 games previous to this, and they already have 3 tonight through not even a quarter and a half yet, Coach.
Hard to explain some of those things. You go along. I know in 83 we bopped along, having hardly any turnovers, and one ball game against Roosevelt, we turned it over 3 straight series in a row. You never know.
On 3rd and 11. The long handoff, Westbrook, he has got a touchdown. He is in the end zone. Oh, great call. Delay handoff completely got the over-pursuing Roosevelt defense to the offside of the football. He came back to the near side of the field, turned it into 6 points. Great call.
John, this is exactly why they're in the I offense. It's a kind of a counter draw. You see Renault does a great job of ball handling, good hold up front. Westbrook, great determination, getting in the end zone, breaking 2 or 3 tackles.
And Westbrooks makes it in from 13 yards out. It is 12-0 Churchill as they come up, and they'll go for 2 to try to get that missed extra point back. Renault has him up at the line as you see Westbrook in the backfield. Here's the 2-point try into the end zone. It is incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of Marchbanks. The intended receiver, Steve Marchbanks, had it. Couldn't quite hold on. He was defended pretty well on the play. The 2-point conversion fails. But the Churchill Chargers have 6 more up on the board, taking advantage of another Roosevelt mistake. They've got 7 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the second quarter, and the Chargers up on top of the scoreboard here early on, 12-0. We'll be right back.
Nearly 100 years ago, children in France and America gave their pennies to help raise the torch of liberty. Now age and weather have weakened it. Only you can keep the torch lit. Send your contribution to The Lady, Box 1986, New York, or call 1-800-THE-LADY.
John Rook and Frank Arnold back live at Northeast Stadium again, and, well, doesn't get any simpler than how we've already called it. The mistakes have really hurt Roosevelt so far. Obviously, the scoreboard says 12-0 Churchill.
Churchill's taken opportunities and made them positive forces for them, John. And of course, that takes some doing. They have really mixed the pass well coming in. We thought that Roosevelt was the ball club that had the better passing game. And it turns out that I think Churchill had utilized that part of the game better.
They are, aren't they? Here's Zimmerhansel's kickoff. Labatt chases it down. He goes into the end zone, and he will go down on one knee and not try to return that. And so the Rough Riders will get the football one more time. They'll bring it out to their 20-yard line as we take a look at the Churchill scoring drive. And again, for the second time, they didn't have to go far, only 33 yards, and Westbrook turned it into a 13-yard touchdown.
And, of course, the key play, the catch on a great reception on the pass that gave him the first down and got him down there, and then the great run by Westbrook.
Well, Scott Jeffries will try it again. He's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. And we still haven't played a quarter and a half yet with 7:47 left to go in the second. He's got him up on a first down. That's Maloney in motion. He's going to keep it on the option. Turns it up, gets about 2 or 3. Dubois also helped out on the tackle by 85, Lynn McDonald.
I think that's Jeffrey's first actual carry on a running play. They're just running the belly option, trying to get him free and getting something going, hoping that they'll come in on him so they can pitch the ball out on the option.
Gain of about 3. It's 2nd and 7. Again, Maloney in motion. Here's the pitch back. Field, look at him turn that corner. Scott Evans. A free safety, number 10, had to come all the way over twice out of the field to nearly knock him out of bounds at the 29. Field will be about a yard short of the first down.
Well, and you split defense, your safety's going to make a lot of tackles. It's a toss. to Peel. Again, he gets good lead blocking by his fullback, Munoz. Got a lot of running room. Safety Scott Evans comes up and makes a stop.
Good tackle, I might add. Good solid hit.
Free safety's got to be a good football player in a split defense.
That's why he's back on defense. 3rd and 1. Here is Peel, and I think he's got a first down. Had to get to the 30, and he is across the 30 out to the 31-yard line, depending on the mark of the football. And it should be enough for a Roosevelt first down. It is.
Every time you get in a short yardage or goal line situation, you're going to see that Roosevelt will go into the tandem eye or power eye formation. And they have their short yardage situation that they're going to run out of that.
Roosevelt comes out on the eye now on a first down at their own 31. Jeffries keeps it. Didn't have any time to pitch, but he certainly had a lot of room. Peel was wide open. No one was there to get him. But Jeffries got it out to about the 34. And let's take a look at Greg Effinger, number 77, making the move and the play on the defense.
Well, they're comparing Greg to Chris Lammers, who was at Churchill a few years ago, went to A&M. Great job of working down the line of scrimmage and not circling behind. Does a great job on that play.
That was a great job by the crew following number 77 along that time, too. Picked him up beautifully. 2nd down at about 7 now for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Ball at their own 33. Fake, pitch back, Peel. Got to outrun a couple of folks. Evans misses a tackle, but he is saved and knocked out, about the 37-yard line by Zimmerhansel.
Little option play that time, and trying to option the end.
You got a great idea of Peel's quickness, though. He had no blockers out there. Still managed to pick up about 3 yards on the play.
No, actually, Jeffries pitched the ball a little early, and the end almost was able to get there, but Peel just turned the corner and outran him. Sheer ability.
3rd down and 4. One wide out to the near side. Again, Maloney in motion. Here's Peel again, dialing 2-2, cuts up field. Oh, it looks like he's got a first down again. And he may have gotten that first down on that last second cut.
Well, that's a mark of a good running back. He's going to get going north and south at some point and pick whatever alley he can find and head the goal line. His east and west running just draws a lot of pursuit. And unless you can get to that corner, it's not very good. That's a great job by Peel.
Really running well tonight, and he picked up the first down out of the 40, just across the 41.
We're looking at 2 real fine running backs in Westbrook and Peel. They both got a lot of ability.
Clock counting down, 4.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Roosevelt has the football, their own 41, trailing 12-0. Jeffrey now looking over to his split receiver, Jones, calling out those signals. Coming that way, quick out. Oh, and that time, same problem as before. He just threw too far outside. Jones couldn't come back for it.
John, he looked out there and saw that the cornerback was playing outside in, giving him a great inside slant. I think he checked off, called a quick slant, and he had a great idea. He just didn't throw a good route. Good
nice
shot in the play.
Route on the Churchill side of the field tonight. No doubt about it. Of course, we always, as is custom, encourage you to come out and purchase the tickets. These are great ball games to be a part of, especially out here at Blossom. 2nd down and 10. Peel into the secondary, out across the 45 to the 47 or 48-yard line. He's doing a masterful job of picking the holes.
Well, they're doing a great job up front for him. Gerald Coker at times, strong guard pull. Turned on up. You'll see number 67 lead through. Here he comes. There's the block right there, kicking out. Well, he didn't really kick him out, but again, they made about a 6-yard play.
That's
The
okay.
effort was great.
You're excused. 3rd down and 4. Everybody's in tight. We got a power eye look at the backfield. Here we go. The fake. Give us to the wing back, and he is taken down in the backfield. Carrying the football was 21, Bobby Craig. The wing back on the play who lined up in the I formation, the power eye. Lost a couple on the play. It'll be 4th down and about 5.
Well, he had a good hold at the point of contact. The play just took too long to develop, and they didn't get there.
Lynn McDonald making that tackle in the backfield. So on 4th down, it is back to punt time for Roosevelt. Scott Jeffries, the quarterback, is also Scott Jeffries, the punter, standing on his own 30. Good kick. Ball is taken. Fair catch calling for. It will roll inside the 10 and down on the 8-yard line by the Rough Riders. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Roosevelt drive stalls one more time when the Chargers take over, but this time they've got a little bit longer way to go. They're going to have to start on their own 8-yard line.
Right, and you know, seeing the ball bounce there on the front, I think one of the things that gives people gray hair and makes coaches lose hair is the fact that the kids let them bounce. If you can get them to feel that thing, fair catch or run it back, you know, whichever is appropriate, then you gain about 10, 15 yards every time the ball's punted.
1st and 10, Mike Renault, number 14, the quarterback. Fullback Scott, maybe the 10-yard line, that's about it, a gain of a couple. Greg Berg, 17, helping out on the tackle. Second down, about 8, as we go inside 2.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. I want to remind you, stay tuned halftime. We've got coverage, a couple of pretty fine vans here in the San Antonio area. Also take a look at some of the highlights, stats of the first half, and a very, very controversial polling question for those of you at home, and so I'm told by my producer, Lawrence Payne, and you might want to stick around for this. I think it's going to be a good one. There's a wing back option on the reverse, and Marchbanks carries the football out across the 15, up to 16. That was a slow developing one as well.
Well, they faking the belly one way and trying to come back to the slot back the other. Really, they had a real fine hold, a little more quickness, and they might have broke that thing.
Still need about 2.5 yards for a first down, I believe. We'll call it 3rd and 3. Renault getting the play in. Number 6, David Lorenz. Lorenz will come out wide, the bottom of the screen on 3rd and 3. Westbrook has to get out across about the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds the 21-yard line or so. And it looks like he's got a first down. Jeff Kowalski helping out of the stop along with number 3, Eric Rodriguez.
Replay on the sweep. You can see again Westbrook just getting width, trying to get outside. Good tackle. Tell him within the first down yardage.
Take a look at it from a little higher up. And it is a first down play. Westbrook powering for that extra yard. As we come back to live action again, this is Scott, the fullback, and he's taken under after about a yard or so. Well, that is some great pursuit by the Roosevelt defense. They are really hustling up and down the line of scrimmage. As we've got a timeout called on the field by Roosevelt, maybe they think they can get this football back with 1:12 left to go. Churchill will have a second down, and about 9 it looks like. And we have time coming back in.
Coach Comlander there talking to Mike Renault. Of course, Mike not as experienced. The one place that Churchill has to have the young man come through is that quarterback. They haven't had an experienced person there this year. Mike's doing a good job for him.
Coming up on the Sports Channel, more high school football next week, Thursday night. 1 week from tonight, we've got Lee against MacArthur, 2 exciting teams in this district of 27-5A. And then, oh boy, is that going to be a dandy one 2 weeks from tomorrow on the 11th of October. Oh, this one could be one of the best in the city this year. Clark against Holmes.
Well, that's a contrasting style there, the power and just big people of Clark versus the quickness and the kind of wide open offense of Holmes. You're going to find Clark move it down the field methodically, and Holmes open it up. And
Holmes really has them moving, don't they?
They've got great skilled people and a great defense. And,
Jerry Arsenault, their running back, making people go Turnell Who from last year.
They've got 2 junior twins that are about 6'3" at both sides, wide receivers, and they're exciting people.
Churchill brings it back into play. It's a second down and 9 with 1:12. Delay handoff. Here's Westbrook into the secondary, out across the 30, about the 33, 34-yard line. There, for the first time tonight, you really get a good example of the hip movements that Westbrook uses as he crosses between the tackles. He really knows how to shuck and jive a little bit.
And again, John, this shows you what the I formation gives them. They've changed to adapt to his great ability. It gives them a delay, draw-type play that's making a lot of yards for him.
First down as we go down inside a minute to go. Renault looking, throwing, long man is there. Oh, it's in and out of the hands of 84, Scott Ansley, the receiver. He was covered pretty well on the play, however. Paul Gutierrez, number 15, the man supplying the coverage. Long incompletion stops the clock with 49 seconds left. It's second down and 10. Churchill on their own 33.
Gutierrez was right there on the coverage. They tried to run a little corner route, good throw, just good coverage.
Inside handoff, Scott has it. Out across the 35, maybe the 36. Looks like Churchill may be content to go up 12-zip at halftime.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt they'd be content to just take it on in the dressing room like this. Being in your own end of the field limits you a little bit, although they are close to the middle. You know, you just don't want to get too fancy and put Roosevelt back into the football game with a mistake that maybe they're able to run back all the way.
Saw some of the Roosevelt contingent here just a moment ago, and the Churchill Charger cheerleaders getting at it here down on the sideline as we have a 3rd and 6 with 11 seconds left, and we'll have a delay of game penalty call against the Chargers.
Well, they were trying to call a timeout. They realized they was a little late, but the official beat them to it.
And we only have 11 seconds left again. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Churchill on what could very well be the last play of the first half.
John, I've been real impressed with Mike Renault on his throw, and he stands back there real well, and even the balls that have been missed have been right on the money.
Let's see if he's on the money on this one. Got wideouts both sides of the field. Oh, he's going to hand off. Westbrook's going to take it. Leaps over one would-be tackler, but the man stays right with him. That being number 87 on the play, John Verhage, backup left side linebacker. Makes the tackle at the 38-yard line. There's a timeout apparently on the field. Clock is stopped with 3 seconds left.
They execute that play extremely well. Of course, Westbrook's great running ability. He gets to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, and they're walling off inside. Getting a lot of yards out of it.
Why would we have a timeout called with 3 seconds left on 3rd down? Well, it's 4th down now. Make a punt.
I guess they want to make them punt the football anytime you. Of course, I don't know with 3 seconds if they will or not.
Well, they would have to block it. They'd have to roll a heck of a long way to get it into the end zone.
I would think they'll just run the football. You know, normal play takes about 4 seconds. If they just sprint out one side or the other, I would think it would end the half. I know. Personally, I'd rather do that than punt.
Even just a simple handoff would take care of it, too. 3 seconds left on the clock. Remaining to be played here in the first half at Northeast Stadium. Churchill has the lead over Roosevelt 12-0. 4th down and 4 is the call for the Chargers. The ball at their own 38. There you see the clock. Stick around. Halftime coming up. Both bands right here on the Sports Channel along with some surprises. Gonna punt it. I'm a little surprised they're doing this. Well, they're just gonna kill the football. Zimmerhansel will run with it, keep it in bounds. There's the clock. It ends out, and we're out of time. We played 2 quarters, 24 minutes. Right here at Northeast Stadium, the Blossom Athletic Center, here on the north side of San Antonio. And we have seen the Churchill Chargers take advantage of some early Roosevelt mistakes, parlayed them into a 2-touchdown advantage. Our score at halftime, Churchill 12 and Roosevelt nothing. We'll come back and get halftime underway right after you look at these messages.
A martial arts champion in search of the glow.
Master, I'm in good.
I am no longer your master.
A rock and roll star on the rise.
I know what it's like to lose precious things.
A madman.
Shogun of Harlem.
A maniac.
You're gonna put my video on your show, aren't you?
The answer is no.
And the glamour, the power, and the sound of Motown.
I don't want you to kill anybody.
Are you out of your mind? The Leroy Green I'm looking for. Little Pop thinks he's a kung fu master.
This is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon, September 28th, October 1st, and October 2nd at 8 p.m. on First Choice.
David P. Hamilton.
Hey, Dad, they're already on the agent.
I can hardly believe it. Seems like only yesterday I started saving for this.
Rebecca Hillman.
Never could have done it if I hadn't joined the payroll savings plan at work and put aside all those savings bonds.
Vanessa Horton.
There she is, my wife, the graduate.
Take stock in America. Buy bonds.
Don't move.
Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Heroes on Night Flight presents Metal with Class. Stimulating conversation.
Time to make the donuts, and I go out there, and then I just kill.
Words of wisdom.
Rock the nation. Going out to lunch.
Plus the meatiest metal news.
Taste of bats is very salty.
Brace yourself for Heavy Metal Heroes on Night Flight. At midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific on USA every Friday.
Welcome back, everybody. We are live at Northeast Stadium here on the Sports Channel tonight. John Rook along with Frank Arnold, the Judson Athletic Director. And our score at halftime between Churchill and Roosevelt is Chargers 12, Rough Riders nothing. As you begin to take a look at the halftime performance of the Rough Rider Band out on the field. And, well, Frank, really first half, again, we've said it several times already. We really can't belabor the point, though. It was a fact that Churchill just took advantage of Roosevelt's mistakes, particularly in the first quarter and early in the second quarter to get the 2 touchdowns. They had to go a grand total of 39 yards, I believe, for their 2 scores.
Well, you feel position plays such an important role in any ball game, and of course the first one coming, I think, from the 5-yard line, it's just not a lot of work to have to do to get it in the end zone from there. And anytime you give up the football there, it's you're giving up 6 points most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised at all by the way Roosevelt came out and took the opening kickoff and really controlled the line of scrimmage, considering the fact that they have a much smaller offensive front?
Yeah, you know, they do most of the time a great job of mixing their offense, and I think because of their size, they have to do that. They did a super job the first series, I believe, until they had the mistake, and then really since then, Churchill's defense has pretty well shut them down and done a real super job of controlling the tempo of the ball game.
I wonder why Roosevelt decided to come out and run as much as they, well, obviously have here in the first half. I'm a little taken aback because Coach Ferrara, in talking to him yesterday, said, oh, we have no doubt about it. We're going to throw the football, and we have to throw it to win.
Well,
was he just putting me off? It may have been.
I think you come into a ball game a lot of times with a game plan, and you get there and something moves you to not follow that as well. I think with Peel, though, they have a man that can run the football well. It's the matter of them maintaining their blocks up front and taking on the strength and the size of the Churchill defense. They're not going to just sit in there and knock heads with people and blow them off the line all night long. They've got to mix that pass, which they did, I think, good early. Of course, the interceptions tend to dull you and cause you to lose your enthusiasm to throw.
Yeah. Okay, on the offensive side for Churchill, even though they did have to go a total of 39 yards for the 2 scores, Mike Renault, the quarterback, again, you didn't have the chance to see him a couple of weeks ago in his first start against Clark, but I can tell even out on the field, though, he's a junior, he's largely untested, but he has made great strides in just 2 weeks. He really seems like he's got more confidence back there.
You know, I think I'm going to file a complaint. The kid went to junior high school in the Judson School District, and he's doing a great job. He really runs the ball club well. He looks very poised. He's throwing the ball, I think, well. When the ball has not been caught, it's been right on the money. I just think I'm real impressed with the execution of the offense. And, of course, his passing and the threat of passing, along with the mixing of Westbrook's great running, I think they've done a great job offensively when they've had the football.
You hit it right on the head. That was my next point to you, as Westbrook, of course, has scored both of the touchdowns and has looked sharp on a couple of those runs in particular.
Well, he's a fantastic back. There's no doubt he combines the quickness with the strength of running that he has. He's an outstanding back, and they're giving him some running room, and, well, look out. He can really go.
Okay. As we watch Roosevelt perform to their side of the field here at Northeast Stadium, we're going to take a commercial timeout. We'll come back and continue summarizing and talk a little bit more about the first half and begin talking about the second half of this ball game here at Northeast Stadium. We're live, and it's 12-0 Churchill.
NASCAR racing on the Sports Channel.
Welcome back again, Northeast Stadium. The Rough Rider Band from Theodore Roosevelt High School performing down on the field. And while we have this opportunity, let's go down for a look and a listen. Roosevelt High School Rough Rider Band. The moon over San Antonio. Boy, look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Outstanding.
You have to love that. Boy, it's a great evening for high school football. We got just a little bit of a nip in the air. Now, this is football weather. I think for the first time this year we've got it. What do you think?
John, I love it. I tell you what, there's not anything better, not any cheaper entertainment. Come out and watch high school football on a good, cool night. Can't find anything else that costs anything less, I assure you.
I think I saw a couple of footprints on the moon. That was a great shot.
Yeah,
all right, we're at halftime with Roosevelt's band performing down on the field. Our score is Churchill 12 and Roosevelt nothing. We'll come back and continue with more from Northeast Stadium right after this message. Stadium as the Charger Band begins to wind down the halftime performance. Let's take a look at the facts and the figures that tell the story. Well, right off the bat, obviously, you look down in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row, bottom left corner, you see the number 3 under turnovers for Roosevelt. That's the most telling story, although Churchill actually is a little closer in total yardage, Frank, than I thought they might be.
Yeah, they actually are. The big difference, of course, to me, stands out as a passing yard at Churchill, 42 versus 11. Overall, 96 to 104, which really surprised me. Churchill is under Roosevelt.
All first downs even up 6 apiece, 85-62 in the rushing, as you mentioned. 42 yards passing. We did note that Churchill did a little bit better job of throwing the football in the first half.
They've been more successful. Of course, the turnovers, I guess 2 interceptions being the difference, and Roosevelt not being real successful.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the good plays that made their way here in the first half at Northeast Stadium. After a Munoz fumble by Roosevelt, it set up a 3-yard touchdown run by Robert Westbrook.
Oh,
very good.
Great shot here. Puts you right down there like a linebacker. You see the shot as he's coming right at you, and it's just that counter draw. Good execution by Renault. Great running by Westbrook. He's an outstanding back.
Okay, later on into the second quarter, superb pass play as we're talking about the pass game for Churchill. Watch the quarterback, Mike Renault, number 14, set back in that pocket and fire away to Steve Marchbanks, his wingback, and a great catch.
Great throw, great catch, super concentration, and hanging on the football. Marked about 2 catches, 21 yards each catch, I think. Of course, number on his back, 21. Kind of coincidental.
No kidding. Well, after yet another Roosevelt turnover, this time they start from about 33 yards out. From the 13-yard line, Westbrook, a little open field running for a touchdown.
Again, the counter draw just jumps his own man, comes down with the feet, with the wheels turning, and it's all effort getting in the end zone. This guy's got a lot of ability, a lot of strength when he runs.
Both of the conversion attempts failed. The kick on the first touchdown and the try for 2 points after the second touchdown. And you can see the Churchill Chargers are ready to come out and get this second half underway. We are at halftime once again. Our score at Northeast Stadium is Churchill 12 and Roosevelt nothing. We'll come back, get half number 2 underway in a moment.
If college football is your game, HSE has the winning lineup. For the games you want to see, HSE is the place to be. College football on Home Sports Entertainment.
Always a threat with a long ball, Jose Cruz is a player who continues to get better with age. Steady and reliable, Jose finished the '84 season tied for 5th in the National League, hitting a mark of .312. 1984 also brought Jose his second straight Silver Slugger Award as one of the top 3 offensive outfielders in the National League. Jose Cruz is Astros action on HSE, a new tradition in sports.
Charles, what would you recommend?
May I suggest something delicious, light, and low in cholesterol? Do you realize the lower the cholesterol in your body, the lower your chance of heart disease?
No, I didn't know that.
Would I lie?
Well, I'm far less heart disease.
Well, so am I.
Does my heart good.
Delicious, Charles. Thanks for the tip.
Well, if there's one thing I know, it's a good tip.
The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
Welcome back once again as we get set for the second half of play-by-play here on the Sports Channel tonight. It is Roosevelt and Churchill as the Charger band begins to wind down again on their halftime performance. I thought they were going to wind down 6 minutes ago. It's amazing, isn't it? Great performance out there, though. They're doing a good job out there, and I think you've got somebody that you love and know right out there.
Yeah,
right
look at that good-looking rascal. I'll tell you what, Dana. She bleeds red and black.
Does she?
Oh, yeah, very loyal.
Well, what does she do when they have to play Judson?
She yells her head off against Judson.
Doesn't matter where Daddy's money comes from.
No, not at all. I guarantee you the loyalties are all at Churchill.
Good performance and a great round of applause by the fans here on the near sideline of the Blossom Athletic Center, Northeast Stadium again. As the Charger band and drill team, pep squad, giving their halftime performance, will make their move off the field as both teams are ready and raring, chomping at the bit to come out back on this football field. As you can see, Roosevelt certainly ready to go. High school football again. We'd like to remind you, coming up next week, 1 week from tonight, Lee and MacArthur right back here at Northeast Stadium. And, of course, the MacArthur Brahmas, an improved football team this year, 2-1 coming into their action this week. They've got a great ground attack. And the Lee Volunteers, Bobby Smith's got a pretty competitive ball club, too.
That should be a good ball game. I think they're very similar, and it should be a good ball game to watch. Of course, the Rockets play the Brahmas tomorrow night, and we're expecting a good, tough ball game for them.
Of course, in 2 weeks, as you saw there in the graphic a moment ago, it'll be a dandy. Clark and Holmes on the 11th. That'll be a Friday night football game right here exclusively on the Sports Channel 37. And here come the Clark Cougars. Clark Cougars, Churchill Chargers.
Last week.
That was last week. No, I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking next week, 2 weeks away.
I'll tell you what, they're very similar.
Black.
First,
it's black. It's the black. It's got to be the black.
The same offense. The only thing is, and I'll tell you this year, of course, the high offense is different for Churchill, and that really they're utilizing the talents of Westbrook.
Oh boy, it's been a long day.
A lot of golf today.
Oh man, I Texas opened myself to death today, I think. All right, we're getting ready for the second half of play. Again, Churchill leads the ball game 12-0. Roosevelt, again, what they probably need to do, obviously, I would imagine that Coach Ferrari told him in the locker room at halftime, well, we started out the ball game great. We control the line of scrimmage. We're a smaller, but we're a quicker team. Let's utilize the corners. Let's get around of them. Let's pin them down. And let's hold on to the football, for goodness sakes.
Well, no doubt they've got to, you have to point it out that the people that hurt you are yourself. You're your own worst enemy. So when you come back, you eliminate errors, hope for a break, get a cheap one maybe, and then do the rest on your own.
Here you get a good look at Jerry Kamalander, the head coach of the Churchill Chargers. His team up 12-0 at halftime. As we get set to go, it will be Roosevelt kicking off to open up the second half as they received the opening kickoff. And doing the kicking for Roosevelt, number 15, Paul Gutierrez, or is it going to be 22, Ernest Peel?
No, I think
it's going to be Gutierrez, yeah, because Peel's counting his man up, and he's going to be the signal man. Paul Gutierrez, number 15, and we've got two receivers deep for the Chargers. Oh, back around their own 5-yard line. I believe one of them is Marchbanks, and the other one is number 80, Guy Orton. So we get our whistle from the referee. And Gutierrez's kick is away. Second half of play-by-play right here. Marchbanks got it as it's 14. Got an alley field. Oh my! And he's finally taken under at about the 37, 38-yard line. Good field position for the Chargers to start off in the first series of the second half. They've got it to their own 39-yard line. First down and 10. Again, the quarterback, Mike Renault. He's number 14. He is a junior. In the backfield, we expect Mark Scott, the fullback, 32, to come out along with Robert Westbrook, number 22, young man who scored both of the touchdowns in the first half for Churchill. And indeed, that is who comes out and lines up in the second half.
They had this official stop play here because the clock got totally set.
Now we're set and ready to go. First and 10, Churchill. Pitch back, Westbrook. Good block by Scott, the fullback. Turns upfield, breaking through one tackle and getting across to the 47, and a flag is down to the play after the tackle, apparently.
Late flag came in on the play. Boy, they had a great hole at the point of attack. Even Renault, the quarterback, in there to lead, and you'll see him leading the block. Great kick-out block. The rest is all Westbrook. Great run, except we had, I think, a holding. Somebody was hanging on.
Ball marked back to the 32-yard line. Oh, it's a clip. Renault, 2 of 4 in the first half for 42 yards.
Not a lot of throwing, but the two that they
completed really counted,
didn't it? Big plays for them.
2 21-yard gains. And it is first down and 20 now with a 10-yard walk-off after the penalty. Scott, oh, he is hit hard in the backfield. Loss of 2 more back to the 30.
Great hit at the line of scrimmage by Solaria. Boy, he just whipped the block, came up and made the play. And here's a situation, John, where you're looking at a second and long. They've got to have a big play to come up and get out of this hole to overcome the penalty. That is a drive stop.
Play comes in from the sideline, and Renault calls the play into the huddle. Coming out now on second down and 21. Renault got a receiver, and he flew behind Westbrook coming out of the backfield about the 45.
Set kind of a spread. They set Westbrook out as a double flanker after the flanker side. Ended up in only a one-back set. Tried to flood the zone. I really think Mike Renault thought that Westbrook was going to curl up there because he threw it just a wee bit behind him.
Two split receivers, Marchbanks up at the top, and here is a fake. Oh, and no one was buying that one. In particular, number 52, Paul Harvey, was not buying that one. Not at all. Tried to rest the ball on his hip and get away with a fake, and he just didn't come away with it.
Well, Roosevelt is slanting their line again, giving them a lot of looks, and their quickness is just awesome. They do a great job of just defeating the blocking.
It's got to be 4th down and about 30, and here is Zimmerhansel's punt, nearly blocked, and boy, he gets off a beauty. Oh my! Labatt takes it back at his 24. And he'll get out across to about the 28-yard line. Steve Marchbanks, the wingback, on the kick coverage for Churchill. Roosevelt's got the football. 1st down and 10, and their first time to hold on to it. Well, let's see if they can hold on to it here in the second half.
Well, they need to establish something here and at least get some movement. They bogged down after the first drive in the first half. They've got to get some consistency in their offense and eliminate the errors.
Jeffrey was only 1 out of 7 of the first half throwing the football. And with running like that, you can see why he really didn't need to make his passes. Of course, they lost the football a couple of times.
Well, there were 1 or 2 completions that was to the wrong color jersey, and that sure hurt him. John Farrar, one of the older, more, I guess you'd say, established coaches, does a great coaching job.
Gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 for Roosevelt. Peel.
A lot of running.
Oh, and he's got a 1st down. I'm close to the 40. Boy, I am amazed at those feet just moving along and enable him to get around that corner. Well, looks like he could be taken down for a loss, and he ends it up into a big game.
John, he's one of those water bug type runners. He's always moving. His feet are always moving, and he's making some headway.
1st down for Roosevelt. Ball just shy of their own 40. They've got 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Roosevelt trailing Churchill 12-0. Munoz, the fullback, on the straight handoff up the middle. Rides his center to about the 43-yard line. Greg Effinger, the tackle for Churchill, in on the stop.
Both offenses getting all their major yardage out of the running backs. The fullbacks are running a little trap in the belly every now and then, but the big yardage coming from the running back.
2nd down and 6 on the 4-yard gain. Jeffries, pitch back. Peel. I don't think he's going to get this corner turn.
Great defensive move.
Back at about the 39-yard line, the defensive surge led by Lynn McDonald, helped out by Scott Evans, the free safety.
Well, you can see here, Kuhlman, the defensive end, just slides down. McDonald, all of them there to put a fence around the runner, no place to go, and then he gets help from them. There's about 8 or 9 black jerseys there on the column.
That's the way you want to play defense.
You bet you it's a little harder after you get up. That many people on you each time.
Well, lose about 5 yards in the play back to the 39. It's 3rd down and 11. Jeffries has 1 receiver near side. Marcellus Jones. Maloney is in motion. And he's going to throw to the wide side. Goes it short. Munoz catches it, but he will be well short of the 1st down by about 4 or 5 yards. As he is upended at the 45-yard line. Chris Dubois, the left inside linebacker. Number 6'6". For the Charger defense, makes the tackle. It'll bring up 4th down.
Just not enough. It's a bootleg out of the eye. Same thing, really, that Churchill does out of the wingback set. Munoz not able to get to the stakes, and I think it got him 5 yards.
Jeffries turns quarterback back into punter again for only the 2nd time, I think, tonight. Knuckleball over to the far side. Oh, boy, does that take a great Roosevelt bounce. Inside the 10 and down at the 9. Oh, man, I tell you what, that thing must have bounced at about the 25, 30-yard line and rolled another 20 yards down inside the 10. Great break for Roosevelt.
Not let it roll. If you can feel the football, you know, you can really improve your field position each time.
Well, now it's up to Churchill to try to hold on to that football, and, well, we've got a flag upfield. Did not see it, resting at the Roosevelt 46-yard line. They're going to bring the kick teams back out again, or they're going to bring in the Roosevelt offense. I've yet to see the call.
The end man signal, but it's offside. It's going the other way.
Against Roosevelt.
Oh, and that really hurts, John. That great roll they got out of the kick, field position there. I think they're going to lose some yardage on this deal.
Jeffries is going to have to kick it from his own 40, so let's see if he can get close again. Well, he gets a little better kick. Orton takes the football at his 22. Churchill's going to end up with a little better field position as Orton gets out to about his own 30-yard line, so about a 21-yard swing of things for the Charger offense. And believe me, I know you know that helps out quite a bit.
Oh, I'll tell you, no doubt, being out there around the 30 is a whole lot better than around that 10. And, of course, he fielded the football in the air, got a little yardage after he fielded the football, so just a world of difference for your offense to be able to come in and take the football at that field position rather than in the hole.
20 yards difference. They'll have the football on their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10 with 7:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. Westbrook, nowhere. Boy, he was really turned under pretty well by 83 on the play, the Roosevelt defense. That's the middle linebacker, Mark Rickard.
He did not back up the line. He shot the gap and made the play on Westbrook before he got upfield. Of course, with a great back like that, if you've got the angle, that's a way to keep him from getting in the open field sometimes.
No gain on the play. We'll give it 2nd down and 10 with the ball still at the 29-yard line. Split receivers, David Lorenz on the play as the handoff goes to Scott. And the fullback powers his way out to about the 34-yard line. He'll have about 5 yards on the carry. Well, they'll mark him back a little. Give him 4 to the 33.
There's key down, obviously 3rd and about 6. That's one of those tweeners, you know, it's tough. You don't know which way to attack it. But a big down, they've got to convert.
The shot from the end zone here high above Northeast Stadium. The Churchill Chargers sideline in anticipation of the 3rd down and 6 call by the quarterback, Mike Renault. He's got Orton out wide to the top of the screen. Looking to throw. Looking across the middle. His tight end is there. The pass is complete. Jimmy Townsend curling across the middle. Beautiful route, and the defense was nowhere to be found.
I tell you what, again, coolness by Mike Renault. He set and looked for the tight end. He wasn't there. He pumped. He bided his time, if there is such a word, and he slid to the open spot.
Jimmy Townsend's 4th catch on the season.
Takes a bootleg, looking for the curl. He doesn't see him. He gives him time to curl back across behind the backers. And again, a successful pass play.
And the leading receiver for the Chargers this year so far, up to now 4 games, brings a 1st down for the Chargers. Oh, what a lick. We heard the pads popping, I think, that time. As Westbrook is taken just about out of bounds.
They got a lot of people in football that time, and that's the only way to work on a good running back is to have a lot of people there knocking on him every play he carries the football.
I know 8-7 for Roosevelt. John Verhage at a linebacker got him one of those pops. Heard it all the way up here?
Yes, sir. I think I felt it.
42 yards so far for Westbrook tonight. Good average. And he's going to lose a couple here. Look at him try to get back around, but he cannot get around number 17, Greg Berg, the right side linebacker. He's a senior. He leads that defensive charge, and he was in the backfield all the way that time.
Well, they brought Berg up on the line of scrimmage, and they shot him. And of course, he was there on the delay, the play that's been hurting him a great deal, delay draw. That time he was there when he went left, and next time he came on back to the right, he was still laying there and made the tackle.
Okay, make us a call on 3rd down and 16.
Draw, screen. Of course, they haven't thrown the ball as much. So.
Here's the throw. Renault has Orton. Oh, he had him open at the 48. Into Roosevelt territory. Had he caught it there, though, he still would have been a couple of yards short of the 1st down. It is incomplete. And Churchill has a 4th down and long situation. They'll have to kick it away. David Zimmerhansel, standing back at his 25. Bare right foot and all.
Well, he's done an outstanding job punting football tonight.
Herb Labatt is standing way down into the field, and he's going to let this one bounce. Oh, it comes right to him at the 20. Has no way to go, but straight up and ahead, and he gets a couple of yards out of it. But I tell you what, the ball bounced right to him.
That was almost self-defense. He had to field it, and of course, he did a great job of fielding it cleanly.
Roosevelt gets it right back. They'll start up shop, 22-yard line with 4 minutes, 46 seconds now left in the 3rd quarter. And Churchill still on top of the scoreboard here at Northeast Stadium, 12-0. Jeffries brings it out. He's got a couple of wideouts now to the right side of the screen, as you can see. Oh, my. Munoz isn't going anywhere on this one. They've had good success up until at least that play on the quick hitter up the middle to the fullback.
Yeah, that time just a straight dive, and I'm going to tell you, they sniffed that one out pretty well because he was met by McDonald, I believe it was, right at the line of scrimmage, and just really shut him down.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Jones down the bottom of the screen. Wing back. Carrying the football, Bobby Craig, who is actually a backup halfback, but he lines up in that slot to take that, that belly play, I guess you might.
Well, they fake the belly inside to the fullback, and they come off handing back to the wing back or slot back. It's a misdirection play, and really the guy that stuffed at that time didn't make the actual tackle, but it was Effinger. He took on the trapper who comes from the offside line and just bogged up the whole hole.
A gain of only about 1 on the play. For Bobby Craig, it'll be 3rd down and 9. Or 3rd and a long 8, whichever way you want to look at it. Let's see if Jeffries will come out throwing on this one. He's got Maloney in motion. Got a little pressure. He's going down for the first time tonight, and it's Effinger that gets to him.
Great job.
First sack of the night for the Charger defense. The protection was there, but give the credit to the secondary. They had all of the receivers covered.
Secondary doing a great job. You see Effinger just overpowering the guard, and here again, you see the difference in the size and strength of the Churchill group versus the offensive line of Roosevelt. That time, very apparent.
Jeffrey standing on his goal line to punt it away. Guy Orton back standing about midfield to catch it. And Orton will take it at the 48 of Roosevelt and get down right there on the spot. Chargers come up with good field position. They'll start it off in Roosevelt territory. 2:46 left in the 3rd quarter. They've got football at the Rough Rider 48. Already leading 12-0.
Great place to start from. I tell you, the Churchill defense just totally dominating the offense.
They really are. I think maybe they might have figured out what the problem was early in the ballgame.
I know. They must have, because they are totally shutting them down.
Renault trying to get Westbrook back in the backfield. He'll fake, and here's Marchbanks on the wing-back reverse, and he will get up to maybe the 45. Again, that little counter option play, though, we've seen both teams run a couple of times tonight. And Darrell Alva, the cornerback, 41 for Roosevelt, has the tackle.
Ball Turner leading the reverse. Again, it's exactly the same play Roosevelt runs off that wing T offense. Misdirection. The Roosevelt defense not taking the fake and getting people to the football. Short game.
2nd down and 8. Well, the Chargers would know. Handoff, Westbrook. Look at him pick and choose his way through the offensive line of scrimmage to the 40.
Very talented young man. That was just a little counter dive. You see on the replay on your screen, there's not a whole lot of running room. He finds it, weaves, picks, comes back to his right.
Uses his tackle to go back the other way.
Great block here by big 70 David Cunningham, one of the returning starters for Churchill from last year.
Verhage on the stop for Roosevelt. It is 3rd down and 3. 3rd and a short 3 for the Chargers at the 40. Renault's going to keep it. He'll have the first down.
Great execution of the option. You could see the linebacker and down lineman for Roosevelt. Watch him here on the replay. They'll converge on the fullback on the fake. You'll see 2 people hit him right here. He pulls it on out, comes around, gets the first down. Great execution.
First down, the ball is marked just outside the Rough Rider 36-yard line as the Chargers try to chew up the time on the clock. 1:20 now left to go in the 3rd quarter. Hold on to this football, perhaps put another 6 up on the board.
They're chewing the clock up now as well as a lot of yardage.
Pitch back. Scott, the fullback that time, took the pitch from Renault. And again, we hear the leather pop all the way up here.
Kowalski, I think he's stunned a little bit. He came up from his cornerback stop. You'll watch the hit here. It's kind of a delayed lead option. Pitches the football. Great hit right there. Kowalski on the first hit and help from friends run him out of bounds.
Give him about 2 or 3 on the play. Long 2. If we go by what the scoreboard says, 2nd and 8. Westbrook inside the 30 to the 28. And a late flag on the play after Roosevelt made the tackle as Westbrook reached, again, the 28-yard line.
That must have been a spear. I don't think it was that late.
Personal foul signal against Roosevelt. Oh, my. It's going to be time now for the Rough Rider defense to really dig in.
Westbrook, obviously a great back. He doesn't need a lot of room to really get a lot of yards. He gets a little crack in there, and he'll turn that thing north and south, and he'll really get the extra yards. It really didn't look like there was that much there that time. He turned that thing upfield and got a lot of yards out of it. Big play. Of course, the penalty adding to the problems of Roosevelt.
Mark the football on the personal foul all the way to the Rough Rider 14-yard line. It is first down and 10 for Churchill. 58 seconds as we go now inside a minute to play in the third quarter. Chargers lead it 12-0. Looking to open up a little bit of a lead here now on Roosevelt.
Roosevelt has to hope for a big play, fumble recovery, something to get him back in his ballgame.
Westbrook to the 10, maybe the 9.
Well, Churchill came in that time and set everybody strong right. Got an unbalanced front up to the right with a wing that way and just gave the ball to Westbrook on a power situation. Of course, they had everything on the right side and went that way.
They're going to mark his knee down at the 11, so they only give him 3 on the play, and this should be the last play of the third quarter.
Same formation.
Scott, the fullback, to the 5-yard line, bouncing off of one tackler and taking another down with him short of the 5-yard line, and that is it, the end of the third quarter. The Chargers on the move, looking to tack 6 more up on the scoreboard against the Roosevelt Rough Riders. But can the Rough Rider defense hold? Big story unfolding for here at Northeast Stadium as we get set to go over the final 12 minutes of play. We played 3 quarters, and right now the score reads Churchill 12, Roosevelt nothing. We'll come back for the 4th and final one right after this message.
Well, it started out friendly enough, but before I knew it, Hank was on his feet screaming his head off. Well, Jeff chimed in, and then there was Nancy, right in between both of them, yelling louder than anybody. Well, it was incredible, almost out of control. The next thing I knew, I was screaming too. Things kept getting louder and louder and louder. Gosh, I love the Spurs game.
Get your Spurs season tickets now. Call 224-4611 today. Major credit cards accepted. The San Antonio Spurs. Go for the fun of it.
John Rook and Frank Arnold back live at Northeast Stadium. What is that?
That is the red line of Churchill.
Oh, okay. Looks a little funny. I should have known that.
I call it the red line.
Okay, maybe it is a red line. That's in the little logo or whatever it is. Right. Menacing looking, isn't it? 12-0 Churchill as they get set to try to go for more. And here is Scott, the fullback, maybe to the 3 on a 3rd down call. And let's see, it looks like he's going to have enough for a 1st down anyway.
Got a shot at it.
He does have a shot at it.
Give him a 1st and goal from the 3.
1st and goal to go for the Churchill Chargers at the Roosevelt 3-yard line. Boy, if there was ever a defensive stand needed here, it's needed here.
They've got to hope for a fumble, tackle a football, get the ball on the ground. Of course, Churchill has done a good job of possession.
Chargers bring it to the line of scrimmage. Renault, the quarterback, 2 wideouts to give again to the fullback, Scott. And Scott gets a little bit closer to that goal line, but not quite there. They're going to put him down at about the 1 as the tackle made by Bobby Williams for Roosevelt, number 77. And he's just inside the 2-yard line as you take a look at the numbers through 3, and you can begin to tell a little bit more of the Churchill domination on the story.
They're sure eating up the clock and playing possession football here, and of course that's keeping away from Roosevelt to get some points and yards for them.
Renault around the wide end. He's going to try to keep it. Oh, my, a great play by Berg, the linebacker. He wanted to pitch out of the last second to a streaking Robert Westbrook, who would have launched into the end zone. Berg made a fantastic play.
You know, John, it looked like all he had to do was step across, and the pursuit of Roosevelt was there. I thought they had 6 easy.
I thought so, too. Churchill's got to call a timeout because they lost a couple of yards back to the 4, and it's 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. So we'll take a timeout as well with both of these teams. They've got 10 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in this one. Churchill leading Roosevelt 12-0, threatening for more, but will they get it? Come back and find out.
Back at the turn of the century, Red Cross made a commitment to America's armed forces, deploying nurses to the battlefield during the Spanish-American War. Today, the Red Cross helping hand extends to military patients around the world. Services range from providing reading materials to counseling patients about personal and family problems. If you need help, contact us. We're the American Red Cross.
John Rook and Frank Arnold back again. Northeast Stadium with 10:43 to play in the ball game. Roosevelt defense getting a little bit of instruction from John Farrar, their head coach on the far sideline, running back onto the field, and you can see the Chargers sideline as well as they get some last-minute instruction. They have a 3rd down and goal on the 4-yard line of Roosevelt after having a 1st and goal on the 3. One play got him to the 2. The second play pushed him back to the 4. So what do you do now on 3rd down?
Well, knowing Churchill, I think we look for some, if it's a run option, but I don't expect that. I think some type of strong formation with a back in the flat. I would guess they're going to roll or play action right.
Again, a couple of wideouts. Here's Renault. He's going to look to throw into the end zone. Westbrook is there. No, he cannot hold on to the football. Oh, and the play is made by 41, Darrell Alva, the corner for the Rough Riders.
You see the replay, they just roll right, trying to get Westbrook in the flat. Renault really, again, a super pass right on the money. The guy that really comes in to break it up is the cornerback Alva from behind. Super job, and a well-thrown football.
Well, we said Roosevelt needed a stand. They got one. But Scott Ansley, number 84, going to try a field goal. It looks like his tee is put down on the 12, so it'll be a 22-yard attempt, if indeed that's what they end up doing. Well, we've got a timeout on the field called again, I believe. Is it by Churchill or by Roosevelt?
By Churchill. I believe they're thinking about it a little bit because Ansley, of course, missed the extra point earlier. I'm not sure that they're not having second thoughts as to what they want to do.
Okay, we know what we want to do. We'll take the timeout as well. 12-0. Churchill trying to score again.
Go for the fun of it. Now you can see 11 exciting San Antonio Spurs basketball games for the price of only 10. Introducing the all-new San Antonio Spurs mini-season special. Choose from 3 10-game season ticket packages and get the 11th game free. Excellent lower-level seats of just $110. Mezzanine end-court seats just $120. Don't wait. Get your San Antonio Spurs mini-season special today. Call 224-4611 now. That's 224-4611. And go for the fun of it.
Well, from the looks of things, Churchill will be going for the field goal as Scott Evans, the holder, is coming in. Number 10, and again, the tee is marked for Scott Ansley at the 12. It'll be a 22-yard field goal attempt by Ansley. 84 for the Chargers, trying to put them up by 15-0. At a right angle, oh, it's a fake. Evans throws. Scott cannot catch the football, and Roosevelt comes up with a big defensive play when they need it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a great stand. They had 1st and goal from the 3, got nothing out of it, and the ball is turned over. You'll see it on the replay. Quarterback, the holder rolls. Great pursuit by the Roosevelt defense, forcing him back upfield. Ball a little wide to the receiver. They make the play. I'm not sure, John, if he made the reception.
He would have gotten in.
He'd gotten in because of the quarterback having to run for depth instead of being able to turn toward the line of scrimmage and throw the football.
Well, Roosevelt's got the football their own 4-yard line, so they really need to be careful with it here for obvious reasons. As Peel takes the football out across the 5 to about the 7. Ernest Peel, number 22. Chris Dubois on the tackle.
They got to hope for get a couple of footballs, get a little first down, get a little breathing room, and be able to get down there and get some points on the board. It's a big momentum factor for them.
Out to the 7-yard line, we've coming up on the 10-minute mark left to play in the football game. Roosevelt down by 2 touchdowns, 12-0. They've got a 2nd and 7. Jeffries, Munoz, the fullback, out to the 10. And Roosevelt will still be about 4 yards shy of the first down. 3rd down call coming up.
Well, obviously, it's a tough place to have to throw the ball, but
you're getting to the point where you almost don't have any choice when you're 2 scores down.
They, I guarantee you, I think they need to come in there and throw the football and get the first down. They're gambling. I think it's at a point where they're going to have to get 2, pick a point, and they're in the ball game and got to win.
Charger defense shuffling a little bit on 3rd down and 6. Jeffries pitching back to Ernest Peel's going to try that corner again, and he is mowed under. He did not get enough for the first down as it got just across the 10, and he was upended on the play by Sean Doctor in at a left inside linebacking position.
Here on the
87.
replay, kind of really a lead option, but really no pressure to pitch off of. He's just pitching it like a tall sweep. Great job by the Churchill defense pursuing and making the stop.
Doctor making the play. It's a 4th down and 2 for Roosevelt, and Jeffries will have to go back into his own end zone to punt it. Guy Orton is the deep Churchill receiver at the Roosevelt 45. And he'll have to take it at his own 46 and goes down on one knee back at the 45. Looked like that turf might have come up and bit him on the leg or something. A little wet spot perhaps out on the grass. Kowalski
Great
down there.
coverage. That's a good boot too, John. Better than he's had all night, I think.
Really was, wasn't it? Especially from inside his own end zone. Churchill has the football, though, their own 45-yard line. Still up on the scoreboard, and we've got 8:31 to play. Time for another time-consuming drive, perhaps ordered by Jerry Comalander. Let's see. John Ferrara knows his defense has got to come up with something here again.
Yeah, they can't afford to let him move the football down the field with a bunch of first downs.
Scott. Oh, looked like he had a little room to ramble. He was tripped up, however.
Richter come across, again, the middle linebacker. They're very excited about Richter, and again, the middle linebacker is always the guy that leads their defense, and he did a super job there, getting really off tackle and making the play.
Coach Comalander making the call there in the black cap, sending in on the play David Lorenz.
John, I don't think there's anybody around that realizes Jerry Comalander has an outstanding coaching record. I think the best of anybody in San Antonio, and certainly does a fantastic job.
2nd down and 8. Renault pumps once, backs up, gets a little pressure for his troubles, and he's slung down to the ground again by number 50, this time making the play Jesse Solario, the end.
Well, and that might be just what the Roosevelt Rough Riders need there.
I'd say so. Big loss on the play. Back to the 36.
They're trying to hit a quick out here, but they have great coverage. Mike is moving to his left. Solario comes in and brings him down, and now they're looking at 3rd and a bunch.
3rd and 19 to be semi-exact. Four sacks against Churchill for 28 yards in losses. The football is Donnie Couch. Couch gets across the 40 to about the 41. Now near enough for a first down, and again, Roosevelt defensively. Mark Ricker helping out on the pursuit. They make the stop and see if they can get Churchill to kick it away again.
Oh, a super block here by Mark Scott leading the play. Watch him as he leads. Guard leading also. Just annihilates, goes on second effort and gets another piece to somebody. That's great effort. Get 11 guys giving that effort, and you're going to get the win, I guarantee.
Hagee also in on that stop. Punt nearly blocked. As Zimmerhansel gets away, and he might have gotten a piece of it. It kind of dies, but it's going to get a roll over about the 21-yard line. Roosevelt's got it back with 6:25 left, but they are 79 yards away from pulling a little closer to the Churchill Chargers. 12-0. Chargers have the football, or rather have the lead, and Roosevelt now has the football.
Well, with the time involved, they're going to have a big play in here somewhere. Get 2 on the board.
Wide out to the left, wide out to the right side of the field. Up in the top right-hand corner, Jeffries, quick drop back, and Jones catches his first pass tonight. Marcellus Jones tied for 3rd in the city in receiving coming into this ball game tonight, and that's his first catch. He gets it out to about the 30, and Dubois makes the tackle.
John, you can see here on the replay, it's not really anything fancy. It's just a quick drop, hitch pass, really. Great throw, great reception. I think the main thing is Roosevelt got out of the methodical situation of being in a 3rd and throwing situation. You know, they've opened up with the first down throw, and I think that's something you've got to do. You can't get into that old thing of having to throw on 3rd down every series.
Well, they're measuring to see if he did get the first down. The football is going to be about, well, I guess exactly that, about the length of the football, shy of a first down. They need to get to right at the 31, and the football's just across the 30. Let's call it second down in a matter of less than a yard for Roosevelt. Clock is stopped with 6:14 left to go in the ball game. Again, two wideouts utilized by the Rough Riders. Backs are split behind Scott Jeffries, the quarterback. And now the clock will start. We'll put it in play. Munoz, quick hitter up the middle, and he's got a little more running room. Definitely a first down after the 39. Brad Pavlicek makes the stop.
Tell you what, Munoz looked a great deal quicker then. I don't know what he did. You'll see the quick trap up front, right guard kicking left, a lot of running room and a lot of quickness by Munoz. Hasn't looked that quick the rest of the night. Gerald Coker on the trap block.
Rough Riders break the huddle. They'll send down to the top of the screen, number 20, their receiver, Tim Woods. Jeffries going long for Woods. He's there, and it is. Oh, and Woods did a great job of coming back to play defense.
Well, he sure did. The ball just slightly underthrown. Had Scott had enough arm to get it there, it'd been 6 points for the Rough Riders. As a result, he had to hold up. Again, good protection. Steps up in the pocket. Throws the football really with all he's got.
Zimmerhansel
just slightly underthrown.
Right there, and again, Woods has to come in and break the play. Now, here's a look at Effinger coming in to make the rush on Jeffries.
He just keeps coming. Still gets up, knocks him down. Great effort by Effinger.
Second down and 10. Quick out, Jones over his head, and then complete. Out of bounds, stopping the clock, 5:27 left. It'll be third down and 10 for Roosevelt.
Once again, they tried the quick out. They used first down. That time, Scott Jeffries just overthrowing. Really had good secondary for Churchill, of course, late. Laying back a little bit. That route's going to be there the rest of the night.
Jeffries. Quick out, pass is complete. Short of the first down is James Wanaberger. And Roosevelt's going to look at a fourth down and about 5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's called where you wish somebody else could make the call and call the play.
Well, you're just up here dancing away to the music along with the
I'll tell you what, that band's got me excited.
I think you probably had to face the other end of this band for a couple of times in your career, didn't you?
Let me tell you, John, and I mean this seriously, they've always had a great band, and our kids kind of get excited about listening to them and playing.
All right, we'll take a timeout with 4 minutes and 54 seconds left to play. Roosevelt has a fourth down and 5. We'll come back for the conclusion to this one after this timeout. Fourth down and 5 for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. They will go for the first down with 4:54 left to play. The football, they're into the field at their own 43. So this could be it for the Rough Riders on fourth down and 5. Chargers dig in on the defense, looking at him with a 4-3. Here is Jeffries on the roll, looking for Jones, but he's got the receiver open, and the flat heel had it and dropped it. And the Chargers take the football.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, and he had Jones open at the 45-yard line of Churchill as well. I just don't think he saw it.
No, I think the thing was to get the first down. You'll see on the replay, Scott puts it right on the money. Ball a little low, but very catchable. And he doesn't get his hands on the ball.
And it would have been a first down.
Oh, yeah. And I'm afraid that's the ball game.
4:48, the clock says. Churchill has the football at the Roosevelt 43. And will try to kill off as much more time as they can. That's Couch with the football. Line of scrimmage, maybe. Mark Rickard on the tackle.
I think on the Churchill went for it earlier. Westbrook came out, maybe with a rib problem. Here's a replay.
That's some offsides right there by Roosevelt.
Right
Couldn't
there.
quite get back in time. Gonna mark off 5.
Entered in the neutral zone. Of course, the length of the football is the neutral zone, and anytime somebody's in it on the snap, it's an offsides or encroachment or whatever you want to call it.
Obviously, at the end of the ball game, Frank will be choosing our most valuable players for both sides. At least for Roosevelt, there are a couple, 3 guys in mind. Ricker's played a good ball game. I think Harvey and Solario have also played pretty well.
Right. They've had some good defensive plays out of those people.
Here's Donnie Couch, and he'll get inside the 40 to about the 37. Ricker again helping out on the tackle. Oh, let's not forget Greg Berg. He's had a couple of great stops tonight as well.
On the replay, just a higher sweep. Really traditional Churchill football. Good hitting by the Roosevelt defense. They really have not played that bad. They've had to try and stop some drives that started very close to goal line.
2nd down and 4 is the call. Here is Mark Scott, the fullback, and he won't go anywhere. Maybe a yard is where he'll fall forward. And again, Ricker is in on the stop. 83 for Roosevelt. Well, you cannot say the Roosevelt defense certainly did not come to play tonight, because they did, and they have put up one heck of an effort out there on the field, particularly here in the second half when Churchill's had all the time on the clock.
Yeah, they've played hard. They've had some bad breaks that went against them, and they haven't played that badly.
Tell you what, if it hadn't been for the early turnovers, we might be looking at a scoreless tie right here as Scott gets close to a 1st down for the Chargers. Clock is stopped as they will check out on a measurement here with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Ball is at the 33-yard line of Roosevelt. That's about where they needed to get for the 1st down. And they'll bring in the chains to measure.
They got the 1st down, and of course that just another nail in the coffin of Roosevelt, I'm afraid.
1st down and 10. Renault brings him up. Well, they've got 3 receivers on the right side of the field, but they will not do any throwing the football. Look at Scott use the leg power and drive for more yardage. He'll get inside the 30 to the 27. That was a nice piece of running by Mark Scott.
Well, they walled off Roosevelt, bringing a lot of people and trying to make something happen. And, of course, when you bring in backers, sometimes you can wall it off and create a pretty good running lane in there. And he did a great job of some power running when he got the open.
He'll get 6 yards on the play. It is 2nd and 4. This is what Churchill wants. Get good 1st down yardage and hold on to that football. Scott again. Oh, he's into the secondary inside the 20 to the 18. And Mark Scott is controlling things all by his lonesome. Of course, he's got a lot of help from his offensive line as well, particularly on that play. But he's got another 1st down for Churchill as the Chargers take up that time on the clock. We get down close to the 2-minute mark.
A great hole on the belly. I'm wondering about Robert Westbrook. I see him on the sideline, see him well. I think they just feel like they don't need him in there, and they don't want to take a chance on losing him.
Looked like he pulled up a little gimpy on the last series they had the football. Here's Scott again. Scott gets down close to the 10. He's definitely inside the 15, about the 12 or 13-yard line. And now the Charger offensive front, with their size and perhaps strength advantage, I think beginning to wear down Roosevelt's front side. It's looking like that to me anyway.
4th quarter, and of course,
they've been on the
enthusiasm of the Roosevelt defense is when they didn't make it a little gone. I tell you what, the 4th quarter, when you face a hard-running ball club, that defense gets tired.
2nd down and 5. Wallace on the 13. Scott, into the secondary, inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. Mark Scott with some great running here on this last series for the Churchill Chargers. Nearly broke it all the way with a score. Paul Gutierrez making the touchdown-saving tackle.
Here's a replay. They set strong left, come in with a quick hitter right. Little move by Scott. Great job back inside. Almost gets in.
Down at the 2-yard line, it is first and goal to go for the Churchill Chargers, looking to try to put the final nail on the Roosevelt coffin with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go. First and goal. Renault to Scott, and he will not get in as one last bit of determination pushes forth by that front 7 for the Rough Riders.
Roosevelt had a lot of folks there. The big running, the powerful running, the shutout that time, but I believe they're going to give it to him every time, probably on the belly or something like that, to get that big guy in the end zone if they can.
Second down on the 2. Clock continues to roll down toward the final count. The outcome now obviously inevitable with Churchill up on the scoreboard. Just the final margin is what is in question. Second and goal. Scott is going to try it again, and he is tackled for a loss back around the 5. Well, you got to give Roosevelt credit. I tell you what, the front 7 again is just not giving up at all.
Well, that was Solari again. This guy has been in the backfield quite a bit tonight. Great effort, great fighters. You know, they're not going to give up, I can tell you that.
Well, that could be the last play. We're down to 4 seconds. That's it. Time has run out at Northeast Stadium. And the Churchill Chargers use ball control to perfection in the second half to get the win over the Roosevelt Rough Riders 12-0 in this District 27 5A opener for both teams. Coach Arnold, came right down to what we thought it would be. Strength against speed. Mistakes obviously played a big part of the ball game because Roosevelt turned it over 3 times in the first half, leading directly to both Churchill scores. And they hold on to their ball control offense in the second half. Make the halftime score stand up.
Well, you know, their power just was overwhelming. They took advantage when they had the opportunity, took advantage of the opportunities given to them by Roosevelt, and their just size and strength just overpowered Roosevelt there in the end, especially.
Well, the final score again from Northeast Stadium is Churchill 12 and Roosevelt nothing, and we'll come back and wrap it up for you here at the Blossom Athletic Center, Northeast Stadium. We'll be back in just a moment.
San Antonio, it's time again for the fun and excitement of the NBA with Spurs basketball. And for the 85-86 season, you will have the opportunity to follow the San Antonio Spurs throughout the season with road game coverage on the Sports Channel. That's right, so be on the road with the Spurs and don't miss a minute of fast-paced NBA action. If you don't already have the Sports Channel, you can call 222-0500 to sign up.
95 DJM, 95 degrees. Oh, it's a scorcher. Get in that water.
Did you know there's a Red Cross chapter in your area that offers all kinds of different health and safety classes, such as first aid, water safety, and life-saving CPR? Last year, millions of people took these classes. Unfortunately, millions of others didn't.
What a day to be in the water.
If the memory of Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
Severe trauma at age 12. Brutal self-defense, murder of a psychopathic killer. Well, they've given him every therapy they can think of. It's one whose mind isn't fried with all the drugs they've given him.
The mindless, murderous fury that was buried with Jason has been reborn. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
John Rook and Frank Arnold, the athletic director of the Judson Independent School District, back at Northeast Stadium, live on the Sports Channel tonight. And we saw, the old cliche goes, breaks are going to make you or break you. And, breaks certainly made Churchill and broke Roosevelt tonight, Coach.
It's always the case. And I think when you make those kind of mistakes, good football teams are going to take advantage of them and turn them over to the plus side for themselves. Certainly, Churchill did that. They executed extremely well offensively. And I really expected Roosevelt to be stronger offensively and do a better job. And of course, that's a credit to the Churchill defense and the job that they did on it.
Well, both of the scores coming in the first half after Roosevelt turnovers with 11 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the second quarter. In fact, it was the first play of the second quarter. Robert Westbrook, after getting a fumble on the 6-yard line of Roosevelt, Westbrook goes in from 3 yards out. The kick was no good, and Churchill led it 6-0. Then about, exactly 3 minutes and 59 seconds later, with 7:57 left to go in the second quarter, after yet another Roosevelt turnover, I believe that one on a pass interception, right. And Scott Jeffries throwing it for Roosevelt. Westbrook again, this time from 13 yards out, running it in for a touchdown. The try for 2 points on the pass did not go, and it was 12-0 Churchill. That score stood up at halftime, and that score has stood up for our final score in the ball game, 12-0 Churchill. These two now have to regroup. Roosevelt perhaps a little more so than Churchill, because they've already got one L on their side in district play.
Well, John, in this league, I don't think a loss knocks you out. Of course, it's not as good to be going on with a loss. Every year, though, in our league, it's come down for that final playoff spot to the last ball game. And I don't think Roosevelt is out of it. Certainly, they'd like to win. I know they've got to get back and regroup and get back in the win column next week.
Well, Churchill will move to the season at 3-1 with wins over Jefferson by 26-10. A loss to Clark on week number 2, 14-0. A win last week over Highland, 17-6. And they'll add a 12-0 score over Roosevelt to their side. So they got a couple of shutouts. The defense did play well. Even though Roosevelt really came out at the beginning of the ball game, took charge offensively. They were moving off the line. I think they had Churchill taken aback a little.
They had a couple of drive killers that, ended up giving them third and long situations. And, boy, it's really tough to come back from those. And either penalties or things of that nature that stop that drive, you've got to have a big play to overcome it.
All right, let's take a look at the final numbers again that will tell the story here tonight at Northeast Stadium. First downs, I think it's all going to turn in Churchill's favor, but it wasn't that way early. And a 13-8 advantage for the Chargers. 129 yards on the ground to 110 for Roosevelt. And Roosevelt really impressed with it. They were able to move the football on the ground tonight in the first place. 53 yards passing to only 28 for Roosevelt. That has to be a telling story as well. So the total yardage, 182 to 138. And, of course, the big stat, 3 turnovers by the Rough Riders.
Yeah, turnovers kill you. You beat yourself when you do it, and there's no other way to put it. You contribute to your own demise.
Mm-hmm. Well, Roosevelt will move to 1-3 on the season with a loss tonight. They lost to Holmes 10-0 in the first week. They won in the second week 49-0. Lost the heartbreaker last week to Jay 22-21. And of course tonight, I wonder if that loss last week might have had any effect on them tonight.
Well, they were ahead, I think 21-0
yeah.
At halftime. They came back and had an emotional letdown, and very obviously something like that takes something out of you.
Most valuable players of the game, as we say here at halftime or at the end of the ball game, myself and Frank Arnold. And first of all, for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, we'll take a look at the middle linebacker, number 83, Mark Ricker, in on a lot of stops, particularly in the second half.
Well, he made some great plays, and the middle linebacker is kind of like your quarterback on offense. He's your team leader. They try and free him up to make good plays. A lot of times he made some stops before they really got going by shooting the gap and getting into the backfield. Mark is a good one.
Mark Ricker is just a junior as well, so he has got quite a future ahead of him as a football player. And on 12 stops tonight for the Roosevelt Rough Rider defense that really played strong and played well this evening. Our most valuable player on the Churchill side of the field, well, we'll flip it over to the offensive side and we'll take a look at number 22, Robert Westbrook. He is also a junior, and he scored both of the touchdowns tonight.
Well, very obviously a talented athlete. Started for him last year as a sophomore. They've got him back at the top of that eye now where he can really get some momentum up. A very gifted runner. Did a great job of running. He's going to be, I think, one of the top backs in the league without a doubt.
50 yards on 16 carries tonight, averaging a little over 3 per try, but he got the big ones then when it counted. 2 touchdowns as the Churchill Chargers ring up 2 on the board to nothing for Roosevelt, and our final score of 12-0. Well, once again, we want to remind you, 1 week from tonight, we've got more high school football right here on the Sports Channel. We'll be right back here, in fact, at Northeast Stadium, the Blossom Athletic Center, for Lee against MacArthur, another District 27 5A. Hey, is this the toughest district in the state or what? Are you biased?
I'm very biased. I think it's one of the toughest without a doubt, and I don't think anybody losing this week means they're out of the ball game. I think everybody in the league looks pretty dadgum good to me, and there's a lot of parity. I just think it's a great football league, good, well-coached ball clubs, and any given night, anybody can be knocked off.
Okay. Frank Arnold, I thank you again tonight. Always a pleasure to work alongside with you.
Enjoyed it, John.
All right, for our entire Sports Channel crew, I'd like to thank Freddie Byram on the spotting, and our stat guys, Tim Byro and Dick Dillon, tonight as well, doing a great job. Sports Channel crew doing a great job as always. On behalf of them and Frank Arnold, my name is John Rook. Our final score, once again, Churchill 12 and Roosevelt nothing. Until next time, so long, everybody. This has been a presentation of the Sports Channel 37. Stay up with us next. Coming up, the Pennant Chase.